I want to welcome everyone to Global Markets Radio Daily Recap. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton. Tuesday, May the 3rd, 2011, 4 p.m. Eastern. What a day. What a day. Can you say turnaround Tuesday? A little bit. Certainly not in everything, but stock market S&Ps coming back nicely. I still think we need to come in, test some of these channel line areas, this whole 1340 zone. I don't think we bottomed. I think, again, with commodity prices as weak as they were, gold, oil, the Aussie rate decision last night. Oh, baby, please tell me you listen to me. Listen, they're going to lose $6 billion, the RBA, in their currency losses from the appreciation of the Australian dollar. You can't pay dividends now for a couple of years. That ain't chump change. And, they focused on their currency like we thought, bitching and moaning. And I think if you're looking for a rate hike, you're out of your mind. No soup for you, not coming for a while. So, again, we see also the stock market obviously continuing fears. Listen, the stock market was due for a sell-off. Like I said, there's uncertainty in the marketplace. I still think we have more to go on a pullback. The rally was ridiculous in the middle of the day. But obviously turnaround Tuesday, almost. But I don't think they rallied enough. And if the stock market rallied a little bit more, factory orders today very strong, up 3%. Revision was higher. Some of the other numbers out of London were better. Manufacturing sucked, 54.6. Cable, obviously, relative strength loser. Euro sterling getting going on Portugal. Bailout. Look at that big bounce. But again, we're in a nice downtrend channel. There's a 30-minute, 10-day chart of the S&P. And, I don't think this whole downtrend channel has been broken. And I think we still got to get down 1345, 1340. Certainly filling in this whole gap here. That's at 1335 on the S&P. Now we look at the dollar index. And again, we see a nice bottoming formation. Again, I'm not the biggest dollar bull. I just think we've gone down way too far, way too fast. We slide this Australian dollar in there. Oh, baby. Shooting star, bearish engulfing, no rally, no soup for you, and I think we have nice continuation tonight. I think, again, the numbers out of Australia don't really make as much difference as what the comments were. And I think we could easily pull into 106, certainly 107. Look, this thing's gone up in a moonshot, 97 to 110, 1,300 pips in a month and a half. Any Fibonacci, 106 is certainly a third of the retracement. So to me, this Australian dollar's got a little bit more to go. It's easy to the 10 exponential. Obviously, it's only like 40 pips. But the euro certainly the relative strength winner today. Even though there really wasn't any news, PPI out of Eurozone inline 0.7%. It was more the pound weakness, the weak numbers in London, and euro sterling exploding, and the Portugal story. But again, you take a look at this dollar index. Dollar yen broke previous day low, may have bottomed. Lots of stuff. As far as other numbers and events that came out, obviously the continuation of Osama bin Laden's killing. Pakistan. Just amazing to me, gold, it's like the gold market's telling us what? Well, one, it could be the beginning of the new month. Profit taking. Two, maybe, the market perceives Al-Qaeda as taking a severe blow. And that now the funding is going to be cut off and they're going to become more of an ineffective organization, not able to do damage to the world at a major level. So I don't necessarily buy that. I don't think we're necessarily safer. We're safer. But how much communication did he really have? How much of the plan is really already in phase? They're you would think, too smart to not have plans for this. So, we have a Japanese bank holiday tonight. Australia, really not much to talk about. Services index coming out. London Nationwide House Price Index coming out tonight, 2 a.m. Eastern. we get a ton of data coming out of London tonight. And this pound is breaking down. And this euro sterling, I got to tell you, for a possible reversal, certainly could be tonight. Why not? Enough numbers coming out. I think the numbers out of London are going to suck. Mortgage approvals, construction PMI, house prices supposed to increase 0.3%. Construction PMI 55.6. I can see that being light, easy. Net lending, mortgage approvals, final approvals, money supply, a lot. Eurozone retail sales 5 a.m. Eastern also looking for 0.5. I'm looking for a weaker number there too, people. Absolutely. You take a look at this euro sterling. I mean, it is going to the moon. It's gone now. I mean, this, we certainly, I would imagine, should be able to hit 91.50. I mean, it looks like it's clear sailing until there. Maybe a little resistance at 90.60, but it's gone. Like the wind, to the moon. And you want to measure the move also, that's about 500 pips. We could be talking 94. And if that's the case, one of two things are going to happen. Either cable is going to collapse or the euro is going to explode. One or the other. And I just think when we look at the euro-dollar chart, let's see what happens when I do this. Was it the euro or the dollar index? I don't know. Oh, nope, dollar index. Well, even though we look at the dollar index and we see certainly not looks like it's falling off a cliff. You know, one of the things that I'm a big believer, if you don't know already, is candlesticks. Nissen candlesticks, Japanese candlesticks. They've been around for thousands of freaking years. The Japanese use them to count rice, to estimate the crops of rice. And if they really are that good for back then, you would think they still have some validity. So, something that's lasted this long. So when we look at this and we see that the euro is really having a hard time making it through. It's really having a tough time busting through this whole 49 level. Quadruple top. It's losing its steam. It needs something major to break it through, and it's extended way through its moving averages, way through the channel line. And it's due overbought and due for a nice sell-off. Now, you know, to me, and when you look at that dollar index too, and you look at today's action also, if euro sterling does explode, I would think cable's going to collapse. I would think cable could be a classic, notorious break it out. Look right here, break it out to break it down. And we could be in the second inning of this move. This could be a major move along. I mean, the numbers out of London suck. Truly suck. And I think that 63, that's nothing. We do a Fibonacci move. We're talking at least 62. And that's the first line of defense. And again, if this euro sterling is breaking out, cable is going to collapse. Especially, again, if this euro dollar doesn't make it through 49, maybe it rallies, it puts up fits, you want to take your trade. I guess, listen, they're raising rates in Eurozone. London certainly is not raising rates. The Swissy continued. Well, I'm sorry, we'll take a look at the dollar yen. And again, as far as other numbers coming out tomorrow, we do have plenty of data coming out. Challenger, 730, looking for a decrease of 38,000. ADP, looking for an increase of 200,000. ISM non-manufacturing, 57.9. This is all for the United States. Crude inventory is supposed to be up 1.9 million. Fisher speaking. And that's it. I think based upon the numbers that have come out, I would think for sure this jobs number is going to suck. Now, you're looking at dollar yen. Did it hammer? It doesn't look like that to me. Looks like we want to hit 81, people. Unless I got to get bearish again. I can't believe it. I mean, look, we broke through the 50% retracement. There's a major move. We did not hammer. And you pretty much stop yourself out taking out today's highs. Oops. We take out right around 81.37. Good night. We're long it right now, but I don't like, unless it closes dramatically better. I don't love the way this thing's closing. U.S. numbers are better. We caught Osama bin Laden. If the dollar yen could break on that, that's pretty bad. So I'm looking to be short this thing. I think it can get to 80. Should we take out this level here of 80.50, it could easily come into 79, 70, certainly 80. But there's air, as you see, from 80.50 to 79.70. So should we break through, say goodnight, say bye-bye, let it ride. And again, if the stock market's down, which I think it is, I think this euro yen, there should be some nice trades left in that. I think this euro yen also needs to Fibonacci, at least to the 50, you would think. But again, as far as the numbers are concerned, tomorrow, given the weekly jobs claims being over 400,000, 3 weeks in a row, I just don't see how this number is going to be that good. And ADP is obviously not a good precursor, but the market's going to trade on it. 8:15 a.m. Eastern. You get a good number. Let me tell you something. Dollar yen could have a nice reversal. Bad number, I think dollar yen definitely breaks. So if we look at this euro yen, this is my old propeller pattern. Those of you who have been listening to my show and sometimes like, what is propeller pattern, Andrew? Well, look at it here. Perfect example of a Andrew Spanton propeller pattern. Hang on, team. I know you can't see. Hang on. Let me try and get rid of it. I don't think it's going to show it. Maybe. All right, so we see here, back in the middle of April, shooting star, doji, and then what do you have here? Hammer, doji, propeller. And the next day, it took this out, but the real direction was coming. The market just was too undecided, too many forces, but it was breaking. And you see here, boom, boom. So the same thing, even if we take this out, we could easily fail, especially if the S&Ps are up in Europe, Asia, and then start to roll over. Again, I could see a nice break coming. And, if dollar yen is going to do a fib, I would say at least 75 to 85% of the time, the other yen currencies do theirs. And we pulled into the 38, but we broke, still can't rally. I think a pullback to 115, easy. And, again, that's obviously a euro dollar going nowhere. I'm sorry, a dollar yen going nowhere and euro dollar coming in. No charts, no one? Oh, look who's in the house, Seth. Gracing us with with a pleasure, Seth. Thank you for gracing us with your attendance. All right, well, they can't see. You can. And again, remember, premium, you can always go on and watch the video if you really hate this. All right, so we look at this dollar Canada. Let's get rid of all these lines. Delete them all. And, again, with commodities so freaking weak, I would imagine we get more of a pop. The election really turning out to be a non-event in Canadian terms. What was the story there? My people in Canada always like to fill me in with the real skinny. But again, we look at this dollar Canada, and with commodities so weak, you really would think that we're going to have more of a pop. And easy, 95.50, 95.70, maybe even 96. Was that 30 exponential looking around 96? Again, we're so oversold in dollar Canada. We're so due for a pop. But the only problem is it's not like the Aussie going up 1,300 pips. This thing's only really gone down 400. So New Zealand's another one, looks good. I think we get some nice follow-through on the Kiwi. Wage prices really disappointing over there. Come on. So frustrating. Oh, wait, let's see. Oh, look at that. Well, that's euro yen. And again, back to that. So again, euro yen, I think there's more of a trade. 117 easy. But again, we broke through there, and I think we can hit 115. And again, if euro sterling does explode, sterling yen, another one that does not look very good. I'll just have to wait till that comes up because we got that one. Back to New Zealand. Sorry, people. I got to do something about this, get it fixed at some point. I thought I had it fixed today. New Zealand, again, looks like it's going to follow through a little bit more. Another one I think can easily do a Fibonacci. And, the other thing, too, I think event risk now. I mean, you would think that the killing of Osama bin Laden should trigger something within a week of his death. You would think. But I think it's very, again, prudent, especially with the charts aligned. We got event risk now out there. I think we easily can come in. Certainly 78.50. Another 150 pips. And again, we look at this sterling yen. Certainly looking like it's starting to roll over. And again, if sterling yen is going to take out 133, that euro's got about 200 pips to go. But again, sterling yen with a nice break today. Any rally, I think, is a dead short. And I think the numbers out of London are going to suck this week, tonight. And that's it. Dollar Swiss. Last one. New closing low. Again, Euro Swiss to me is a dead short. This thing is trading all on its own. All right, team. I'll see you back at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. And I'm going to go over to the other one so it'll be better. Don't worry. The other chart. So, like a quarter to 5. Give me 25 minutes. But I'll be on the other computer. Better connection. So again, if you have any questions, remember, free Friday, people. Take advantage. Try my premium service. Some of you have never even tried it. I don't know what you're waiting for. If you tried it, then obviously, you know the deal. And you just don't want to go premium. But let me tell you something. If the stock market comes in, if this Aussie comes in, you're going to be a buyer on pullback, or you're going to sell the strength. Well, that's where I come in. Because let me tell you something. This thing is so freaking overbought. You start trying to buy this Aussie dollar on a big pullback, or, again, trying to pick a bottom on this dollar Swiss, forget it. Euro Swiss is the trade. And if the stock market comes in, this thing could melt a lot more. And, again, one thing about me, I have to say I'm definitely much better when the stock market is going down, when things are going down. Things are going up, I have a tough time. 2, 3, good days, 2 bad days, back and forth. But, we don't kill you because we don't stand in front of a train. And a lot of people that have been short this Aussie dollar and euro dollar and just not letting go. And, when the charts tell you to get the hell out, believe me, I am not recommending you to stay in. And I think that's a sign of any good trader is not getting so emotional, so stubborn that you'll blow up your capital on a trade idea that just, it's not working, And yeah, we get some topping formations. I try and short things, but we look to sell it higher. And again, as far as, this euro dollar, we've done very well in it, thank you. But I think we're getting there, getting close. And that's it. Again, try out my product, free Friday. Email me, info@globalfxradio.com. I will also be having a special, and I will be emailing out about it through the end of the year. And that's the only special I'm doing. I'm not doing any more specials ever again. The end of this year, it's all monthly. And who knows what's going to be happening at that point. So, certainly don't want to be locked down. But yeah, I am going to be doing a special through the end of 2011. And after that, no more specials, month to month. Oh, baby, Andrew Spanton again. Anyone that wants to do an affiliation, take my research, put it on their website. Always open to it, baby. Andrew Spanton, Global Markets Radio, the only voice you'll ever need. Another big night ahead, baby. Look at that Aussie. Across the board. Truly loves to make you money. Have a good night.